Hello students. Today's video is a revision of how to write a letter to editor. In my previous video about writing a letter to editor, I have explained you everything what is needed to write such a letter. Today I have brought 3 examples for you. Let's see how you can write a good letter in a proper way. So let's see writing a letter to editor. For writing a letter to the editor, we have taken one example. I'll read the question to you. There is a need to improve existing conditions and provide new and better facilities to attract tourists from within the country and abroad to historical places in the state. Write a letter to the editor of a national daily suggesting measures for improvement in about 100 to 120 words. Let's see, children, how we should write a letter to the editor. As you have already seen in my previous video about letter to editor, as I've already explained you in my previous video about letter to editor, that what is the format of writing such a letter. Let's see how it's written over here. The editor, the Hindu, this is the name of the daily. Chennai, April 3rd, 2017. Subject, attracting tourists to the state. Now we start writing the letter. Sir, our state has many places of tourist interest. To improve tourism, we do not need to create more places of interest. We need to do 3 things. First, we should make tourism a very comfortable thing. In doing so, we must also remember that most tourists are not very rich. So we must create methods of good yet cheap transport and hotels. Second, we must properly advertise our places of tourist interest. For this, we can contact advertising agencies. Third, but the most important is the security of the tourists. Ill treatment of one tourist prevents 100 from visiting a site. However attractive it might be. With regards, yours truly, Meena. This is one way of writing a letter. Like in this, you are suggesting measures of improvement in tourism. So here you are just suggesting the editor that what can be the better ways of attracting tourists to a tourist spot. Now another kind of a letter I'll tell you. Here we have one more question of letter to the editor. Write a letter to the editor of a newspaper expressing your views about the importance of newspaper in life in about 120 words. You are Namit or Ravina of 6B Karol Bagh. This is the address. So let's see how we can start writing a letter to the editor. 6B Karol Bagh, December 1, 2018. To the editor, Morning News is the name of the newspaper. Morning News, New Delhi. Now we come to the subject part. In this we'll write down what we are writing the letter about. Importance of newspaper in life. Sir, through your esteemed newspaper, see the first sentence how we have started writing the letter. Through your esteemed newspaper, I wish to tell your readers about the importance of newspapers in life. We come to the next paragraph in which we write in detail about our subject. There are 4 aspects of life in which a newspaper can help us. The first is, of course, the news itself. All of us like to keep in touch with the world about. A good newspaper likes your gives all such information. The second benefit of newspaper reading is entertainment. Almost every newspaper gives some interesting literature like stories or tidbits along with the news. The third benefit is its utility for the job seekers. Those who need services advertise in the newspapers, and those who need jobs apply for them. Very often they apply through box numbers. The last, but perhaps the biggest, use of newspapers is for the advertisers. By advertising in the newspapers, they reach with their product to the millions of newspaper readers. Yours truly, Namit/Ravina. So, in this way, there is one more way of expressing your views to the public by means of a newspaper. I have one more question for you. This question talks about the sender's concern about the traffic jam in Delhi. You are Prachi or Prachin of 807 Mahagun Apartments, Gurgaon. So this is the address. You are disturbed to see the problem of traffic jam in NCR region, which causes loss of time as well as fuel. You want to draw the attention of the traffic police to find solution to this problem. Write a letter in about 120 words to the editor of India Calling, DT City Centre, MG Road, Gurgaon, drawing his attention to this problem. The address of the newspaper publisher is also given. The editor actually is also given over here, so we can use all these information, and this is actually a letter with a problem and the sender desires to seek a solution. Let's see how we can start. 807 Mahagun Apartments, Gurgaon. It's already given over here in the question. 3rd March 2019. We have to put a date. 2. The editor, India Calling. Now once again, the name of the newspaper is given over here. DTC City Centre, MG Road, Gurgaon. It's given. Now next is the subject, traffic jam in NCR region. We start writing the letter. So, through your esteemed newspaper, I wish to draw the attention of the authorities, in particularly of the traffic police, to the problem of traffic jam in NCR region. Cities like Gurgaon have now become as crowded and as unruly as the capital. However, while there are proper arrangements to handle traffic in Delhi, Gurgaon's traffic is not well looked after. In the first paragraph, we are writing to the editor that through his esteemed newspaper, we want to draw the attention of whom? So we have mentioned over here that we wish to draw the attention of authorities and particularly of the traffic police of Gurgaon. So in the second paragraph, we'll describe a problem. However, while there are proper arrangements to handle traffic in Delhi, Gurgaon's traffic is not well looked after. The reason is the carelessness and absence of the traffic police. Whenever there is a slight opportunity, people break the rules. The traffic lights are often not working properly. Even the educated people flout the rules. So it is not surprising that there are traffic jams and accidents in Gurgaon and other cities of NCR region. So this is our problem. Now in the last paragraph, I wish the authorities to do something to regulate the traffic before the situation gets out of control. So here the sender is expecting to get some solution by the authorities. Yours truly, Prachi or Prachi. Now I have presented before you children 3 examples of writing a letter to editor. It's a revision class and I hope you have well understood that how you can write a letter to the editor. if you get such a question in your exam.